MSNBC political analyst and senior executive editor of Bloomberg Opinion, and Paul Butler, former federal prosecutor, Georgetown University law professor, and MSNBC legal analyst. Thank you both for being here. I'm in New York, so usually Paul is next to me. This time it's Tim, because I'm here in New York. I just want to go back to Giuliani for a second, since you know these characters all so well. And I want to read you what the New York Times, there was an opinion piece by one of his biographers, Andrew Kurtzman and David Hawley, what they wrote about what Rudy has become in his Faustian bargain. They wrote this: faced with the political irrelevance and collapsing client base that would accompany Mr. Trump's defeat in 2020, he seemingly made a Faustian bargain, working to undermine democracy in order to save his career. I feel like the Faustian bargain was a few years before that. But what do you make of the fact that the RICO guy is now the RICO defendant?
Well, it's Shakespearean in its dimensions, because Rudy was an evangelist about the rule of law in a very draconian way. And he used RICO, I think, to great effect, as we all know, to go after the mob. The argument being that you could never touch the people at the head of the mob families, because they were very good at insulating their own actions from their minions, who went out, their soldiers out on the street, who did the crimes. Yeah. And Rudy said, well, it was very important to attach what lower level people did to the people orchestrating the schemes. Shades of Donald Trump much later. Everybody who's been pulled up in the January 6th investigation has complained that they came there because Trump asked them to come here. They thought they were doing what they had been told to do, and yet Trump wasn't being held accountable. The other, the argument against RICO being used by Fani Willis to go after Trump has been that it's overreach, that it should only go after organized crime. But the statute is meant to go against organized criminal conspiracies, not necessarily just conspiracies that Italian mobsters were targeted for. And in that context, one of Giuliani's biggest cases, in addition to the commission case targeting the mobsters, was Wall Street. He brought down Drexel Burnham. He targeted Michael Milken, who he cited as the person in the center of this financial web involving insider trading and financial fraud. He himself recognized that RICO wasn't a statute that should only be used against people we traditionally call criminals. Fani Willis, as you noted in your opening, has also adapted it to target other people, including drug dealers. And so I think that the idea that this thing that he created has now come around and snapped him up is both ironic but overdue, because he sold himself out. Yeah. And he sold himself out to Trump. And it's a reminder how easily Trump corrupts people in his orbit, but he can only corrupt them if they're corruptible. And Rudy, for all of his finger wagging over the years at people of color for being street criminals, mobsters, and any others for not following the rule of law, has now shown he's just as base and just as craven as any number of the people he once prosecuted.